What's going on, everyone? It's the NBA Guru Show. We're doing playoffs. It's good to have everyone here. Big time show here. We're gonna put our brackets up and give our picks, and it's gonna be a good time here. How you doing, Naf? You excited to run through your bracket?
Yeah, man. Finally, man. After all this playing tournament took about a week, we could finally get to the real deal. This is it. This is the real stuff we've been waiting for all season. The next 2 months of playoff basketball, man. There's nothing like playoff basketball. So let's lock in, man. Time for the real deal.
Best time of basketball. This is peak first round. You got a lot of games in the West, like is stacked, so it's gonna be good. Let's just quickly go over the playing real quick. Playing wise, we got today a one hell of a barn burner is the Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks. What a dandy that was. That was prime basketball in that fourth quarter and that overtime. I mean, they were going back and forth. And the big player of the game, Davion Mitchell, uh, absolute making every three, absolute incredible defense on Trey. Where he had there's a run where he had two threes in a row and then two stops in a row. Just straight four possessions that Davion Mitchell just cooked everyone on, and that was good to see, man. How'd you enjoy that game?
Probably one of the best playing games of all time, honestly. That might be number
Oh,
one. I mean, I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Obviously, in terms of this year, Memphis Golden State was up there, but man, they were making buckets back and forth. A lot of trash talk between Davion and Trey. And it honestly, like early on, it looked like it was about to be a blowout for Miami, but I gotta give the Hawks credit. They bounced back. They're down 20, and they made it a game. And then Tyler Hero made some tough shots. Like you said, that was just all Davion Mitchell at the end of the game. He
yeah.
absolutely won them that game. And yeah, man, that was a great game. One of the best playing games of all time.
I'll tell you the best playing game of all time.
Kings Warriors.
No, no. I'm going with, and it might be one of the first years they had to play in. I can't even
Lakers,
remember.
Warriors. Yep, when
Yeah.
LeBron hit that three. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do
That
better
was
than
that is
Curry.
probably the best just because it was LeBron Curry, and then
Yeah.
LeBron hit that crazy three where he said he didn't even see, like he said
Yeah,
he
he
said,
was
like,
seeing three rims.
he was seeing 3 rims, with the LeBron crazy, you always gotta say crazy.
Exaggerating.
Alright, well, this
Uh,
was definitely top 3.
yeah, yeah. No, this was a great game. It's because like every shot was going in at the end, and they were like tough shots. Like Tyler Hero had some tough shots at the end. He did really well. A lot of people have been talking about Tyler Hero versus Austin Reeves, who's the better player. I think kind of Hero showed up today and showed why he's probably the better one for now, at least
Yeah.
I think.
That is very
Uh,
good comparison just because they're so similar. They almost
yeah,
have the similar build, both 6'5", between 190 and 200 pounds. But
both
man,
white.
Tyler Hero, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tyler Hero was amazing today. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 28 points, 5 assists on 58, 48, and 93. So he's
Oof.
on an absolute heater right now. And I think this is the best. I think the best team advanced out of both conferences. I think the 7 and 8 seeds are appropriate. And I think that in terms of series wise, I think we got the best series we could in terms of that 8-1 spot, Cavs versus Miami, just because if Atlanta won, I think Atlanta without Jalen Johnson is pretty much, they're just not, they don't have enough out there,
Mhm.
enough defenders, and not just Jalen Johnson, Clint Capella out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad Davion Mitchell turned into Clutch City and got the right team through.
Got some stats on Davion Mitchell here. For his 30 games played with Miami in 31 minutes and a half per game, 10 points, 50% shooting, 45 from three on three attempts, and then you got 5.5 assists and a steal and a half. Not the greatest, obviously 10 points in 31 minutes isn't great, but still like really good efficiency. And I think it's a contract year for him. So there you
It
go.
is right. I mean, in the Miami Heat got him from the Raptors for PJ Tucker and a second round pick. So pretty
And I
much,
think the Kings traded like 2 seconds just to get rid of him.
yeah, exactly. So that's another blunder from the Kings organization. Monty McNair on his way out, and I mean he drafted Davion Mitchell too. Which I mean I'm gonna just to pour just to pour water, on the Davion Mitchell fire. I think this was just sort of like a once in a blue
Yeah,
moon type of thing. I'm still not a huge fan of Davion Mitchell, but I think the matchup today with Trey Young,
that's
similar
good.
size. Yeah, I think it was a good matchup for
Davion's, I
Davion
think
Mitchell.
I feel like he's like a decent like backup point guard. Like I think
Yeah,
having him as
yeah,
back is not bad.
yeah. I guess I think he's matchup dependent just because he's so small. I
Yeah,
think, but and he can't. He really like. I know you said he's shooting 45% on, but he's shooting on 3 attempts. But I really
yeah,
don't. I wouldn't trust his shot either,
yeah.
or his offensive game overall. I don't think he is that strong.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I think that game was great. And then I don't really want to talk about the other one too long, but we just hover over it real quick. Dallas getting stomped by the Grizzlies. I think they were up by 20 most of the game. I think they got it down to like 10 for a little bit, but the Grizzlies had that game in the bag, and that one was pretty obvious. I think everyone thought like, yeah, Dallas killed the Kings, but that just shows how bad the Kings are. But yeah, that was the Grizzlies and the Thunder. I mean, whoever was going to play Thunder was going to get cooked anyway, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Grizzlies and Thunder. I mean, at least they got some entertaining players, JJJ and John Morant. So at least that they got that going.
Yeah, no, Grizzlies and Thunder should be a very interesting series. A couple young teams going at it. Like I said before, this is probably the appropriate teams to come out of the play-ins.
Hmm.
Because I think Thunder was the best possible matchup. I don't think anyone wanted to see Dallas versus the Thunder, and no offense, Kings fans, but no one wanted to really see the Kings versus the Thunder either. I think those would have just been sweeps. But
Yeah,
the Grizzlies, they have John Morant, exciting player. They have Triple J, Zach Edey. They can throw. They can throw at the iHeart and Chet, who are smaller, which was what was the weakness for OKC last time. But yeah, in terms of this game, AD had a big game, but he got hurt with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter and didn't return. So I mean, just absolutely, just another absolute
disaster.
disaster for the Mavericks, and just another terrible look for Nico Harrison trading for an injury-prone player. So I mean, Anthony Davis, who went out the first 2.5 quarters of his Dallas debut, and now he gets injured in the play-in. I mean, he did have a good game, 40 points, 9 rebounds, but other than that, the Mavericks got absolutely nothing. So I mean, yeah, which is just even more. Also, in terms of the Kings, I know we can still talk about the Kings who needed the Dallas Mavericks to win actually to get a
Oh
coin flip for that 12th pick. So it came down to the last game,
yeah.
but the Dallas Mavericks just fell short. So I mean, if they would have won and then the Kings and Hawks would have went to a coin flip for that 12th pick, hey, they could have got lucky. I mean, they could have kept the pick somehow. I mean, now they have to hope that they jump in the lottery into the top four. So, which is I think like 5%, maybe even smaller than that. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of this game, not much to say. To be honest, the better team
Yeah.
won and the appropriate eighth seed.
Yeah, Tristan's got a question for you. You want to answer that?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. Tristan.
Yeah, you don't see that. Nico doubled down on defense, wins championships. Yeah, doubled down and double lost, and hope
Yeah,
he
that was
loses less
interesting. Did
soon.
you see those excerpts from Tim McMahon interviewing Nico Harrison,
Oh, yeah, he
where
was
he
saying
was
no
like,
regrets or something.
he like grilled them, man. He's like, so if you're, how are you gonna, like, what about your picks? Like, you're essentially shortening the window. And then he was just like, defense wins championships, defense wins championships. That's a dead man walking, Nico Harrison, man.
He's
I
just,
mean, we could talk about, I mean, we've talked about that trade so much. I still
I
can't
know
believe it. And there
it's,
has to be something. I just hope one day we get the truth, man. One day we get the truth as to what exactly happened, because there's no way someone that works in a front office can be that illogical when it comes to basketball, man. I
it's worse
mean,
than
there's
the
no
Babe
way.
Ruth trade, man. The Babe Ruth trade was just at least like you understand it. Like the guy needed money to like get like a fund
Come
to
on.
play or something.
Yeah, exactly. The guy didn't
Like
care
that's
about
way,
that. That guy didn't care about baseball. He
yeah.
was probably like into theater. He wanted to follow his dream. I mean, a lot of people do that these days. They'll sell their team and follow their dream doing something else. So I mean, yeah, he sold Babe Ruth, but I mean, he didn't care about baseball, and
Yeah,
I
way
mean,
understandable.
yeah, it was completely
Like, how
understandable.
do you
But I
know
mean, this
ball?
is
Like,
different, man.
how are
This is
you a
like
GM?
torpedoing an organization worth billions.
How are you a GM of an NBA basketball team and make that trade? Like everyone saw that, man. Like I don't want to get into it. Whatever. Let's just
I
get to the
mean,
bracket. I'm gonna lose my mind on it.
Nico Harrison, Anthony Davis, Nike connects. I mean, well, we could do a whole show about conspiracies in the Luka
Oh
trade, but
yeah.
yeah, let's get into.
Let's just get into it. We had our picks for the 4-5 and the 3-6 already, but today we're gonna do the 1-8s and then just fill out the rest of the bracket. So let's just go first round for the 1-2 and the 1-8 here in the West. Thunder Grizzlies. I got Thunder in a sweep over the Grizzlies. I just don't think they can match up. Thunder are just dominant. Their net rating's crazy. I've been on their behinds all year. I love their game. I'm picking them to go to the finals, and yeah. So I just don't see that the Grizzlies or the Thunder got Chet. They got Isaiah. They got Shea and Jalen. I think it's just gonna be too much for the Grizzlies, and yeah. I mean, I was picking between 4 and 5 for this, but I just decided it's a sweep.
Yeah, no, I mean they swept the season series. Not that season series matters all that much because you never really know who played. But I think these two teams, they typically do play all their starters. So um, I'll give Memphis one game. I'll pick OKC in 5. Like you said, it shouldn't be close. Minus 4,000. OKC is favored. And for it to be a sweep is actually minus 150. So
Oh
it
wow.
is looking like it's gonna be Vegas thinks it's gonna be a sweep. Shea has put up ridiculous numbers this year versus Memphis, averaging 36 points, 7 assists, and 3 stocks per game on 54, 41, 88%. So I think I would give the Grizzlies one game where they just absolutely shoot lights out. Zach Edey maybe has a big game just because they don't really have anyone. I guess iHeart can maybe guard them, but yeah, I don't know. I'll give Memphis one game. I'll give them a sort of like a passion game where they just play hard and just gentlemen sweep. So
Yeah.
I'll take OKC in 5.
Okay. That's yeah. I don't know. I mean, not too much to talk about that series. I think it's gonna be a pretty easy. The big one here is the Rockets and the Lakers. This one I was deciding for hours and hours. I couldn't figure it out. I do believe the whistle is gonna be huge here. If they're gonna let it be physical, I think it's Rockets. If they're not, I think it's Warriors. But I'm gonna go that they're gonna be letting them play a little bit. So I'm picking Rockets. It's a little zag. Everyone's underrating the Rockets. Rockets or the Warriors are minus 180 to win this series. I just love the defense, man. I love the defense by the Rockets. Aiming on Curry, who stopped him to get 3 points a week ago, and Dylan Brooks can be on Butler. Tari Eason can be on Butler. They got Fred Van Fleet if they need backup for Curry. I just like the match. I think it's going to be too much defense, and I think Sengun and Green can give them the offense they need. Um, that's who I'm kind of basing it on. Like I think Green will come through. I think I know like Warriors are more experienced and stuff, but that's a good reason to pick them. But I think Ime Adoka, championship level coach, can give the dog in this Rockets and just make them overcome the experience that Warriors have.
I agree with you, man. I went back and forth. This is a tough series. I think the casuals obviously just gonna assumes that the Warriors are gonna win, just because they have Curry, Butler. But if you just look at the matchups, like you said, Amen Thompson's gonna be the POA defender on Curry, so he's gonna follow him around everywhere. Last time he did that when they played, Curry shot 1 of 10, 1 of 8 from 3, ended up with 3 points. So and then you take Curry out of the game. You put, maybe Jimmy Butler, Dylan Brooks. That's another one matchup that you can put on him. So, yeah, like you said, I think this might be the most exciting series of the first round. Definitely, if not one of either a top 2 series. The one that I might be looking forward to the most, just because these teams have a history. Udoka has a history, obviously playing the Warriors in the finals in
22.
22. In terms of X's and O's, I don't think that you'll see much of the double big lineup, which Sengun and Steven Adams at the Rockets have been thrown out there. I think that with Kerr and Draymond, and if I think pretty much they could counter that the Warriors by going small, going 5 out. So I don't anticipate them, and I also know that Rockets have been playing a lot of 2-3 zones. So I don't know. I don't think they'll be doing that if at all this series.
It's
So
yeah,
I don't know. This is a tough one.
that's a
Man, I'm still
good
deciding
point,
right
though.
now. I'm still deciding right now.
I mean,
But
that's a
like
good
I'm just
point.
trying to talk myself through it, like yeah, I don't know.
I
Give me
was,
some pointers.
there's more stuff like Rockets. Like they're such a good offensive rebound team. They're like one of the best of all time, and that's why
Yeah.
with the Adam Sengun. So that's like a big factor. If you truly believe they won't use that lineup, which makes sense because then like Sengun's got a guard like I don't know. Well, I think in before they had Sengun on like Moody and that's fine, or like they can put him on like someone like that who's not that big, or Gary Payton the second, or like I think they might hide Sengun like that. Um, but
Yeah.
I do still think they're going to do that big man lineup and just try to control the boards. Even though Warriors
Think
are a
so?
decent rebounding team, but they're going to have that lineup in there. That worked too good for them.
Yeah. I mean the net rating is plus 29.7. Sengun and Adams on the court
Wow,
together, which I think is the highest net rating for a duo in the league.
wow,
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Just like there's so many X's and O's with this matchup. Obviously, I don't think Curry's going to be held to 3 points, but Amen Thompson, this is probably going to be his coming out party for the entire world to see truly like he's one of the greatest athletes probably that, the NBA's ever seen, So, I mean, especially when it comes to defense, he's an all NBA defensive guy. He should be all NBA defensive first team. So, oh man, I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick the Rockets. Also, the only thing that worries me about the Rockets is their half court offense, especially in late game situations. I did watch a lot of Rockets this year just because they're a fun league pass team. But
hmm
yeah, in late game situations, it becomes sort of heliocentric. Just Jalen Green, can you get me a shot? Fred Van Vliet, can you get a shot? I think
yeah,
they just need to shore that up. And if they could just hold the Warriors down defensively, I think defense in the playoffs is huge. Like you said, the whistle is going to be big. Are the refs going to let them play? Because if the refs let them play, then that favors the Rockets. And if the Warriors don't get the Warriors whistle that these big teams get, like the Lakers, the Warriors. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go late. But you said Rockets in how many games?
I said 6. I think if it goes 7, I think Warriors will
I
have the
think the
edge.
Warriors. That's why I didn't pick
Yeah.
7 because I think in a game 7 winner take all.
Yeah.
I think the Warriors would win. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't say 7 either.
They have to win in 6.
They have to. I think they have to win. Yeah, they have to win a 6, and also like they're young. Jalen Green,
Yeah.
Shingun, Amen Thompson.
Stronger,
Like their legs
faster.
are built, and they didn't have to go through the play in. So
That's
I'll say
true.
Rockets in 6, man. I think
And they
this is going to
rested
be the most fun series to watch.
for sure, and they rested like a week before that too. They had the whole week,
Yeah,
like they
exactly.
were because of rested players. But yeah, that's for sure gonna be fun. Yeah, I mean the matchups like Jalen Green, um, they're gonna try to get the mismatches. Like Jalen Green's gonna be the guy that they're gonna try to hunt, or they're gonna try to hunt Sengun. The other way, everyone's gonna try to hunt Curry. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
it's going to be good.
get to the east side here. Heat and Cavs. I got Cavs in 5. I was trying. I should have. Honestly, I got to change that. I got. Ah, man, 4 or 5. Um, yeah, I'll go 5. I'll go 5. I think he can sneak one win. Eric Spoelstra's too good of a coach. I'll give him a win just because of the
Gentlemen
coach.
sweep.
Yeah. Well, okay. So everyone says gentleman sweep. Gentleman sweep is usually up 3-0, and
3-0.
then
Yeah.
yeah,
So you think
it's
they're
it get.
not going to be up 3-0? You think they'll still win early?
I mean, it could be. Usually I feel like if it's like a 4-1, it's just like they win the first home game and then they lose the second.
Yeah, I mean, this series, obviously, Cavs are heavy favorites to win this series, and I am going to take the Cavaliers. No surprise there. Pretty much deciding between 5 or 6 games. The Twin Towers, Mobley and Jared Allen. It's gonna be hard for Miami, I think, to guard that. I mean, they do have Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo, but they're nowhere near I don't think they're nowhere near as big as Jared Allen and Evan Mobley combined. So, and Khalil Ware is a rookie. They relied a lot on Davion Mitchell today. I think Highsmith got 40 minutes. So, I mean, no playoff Jimmy anymore. But dude, they do have guys with experience on their team. Obviously going to the finals a couple years ago. So, I mean, it's just deciding between 5 or 6 games. But I think I'm going to lean. I'm going to agree with you and go Cavs in 5. I will give Miami a game in Miami. I
Yeah.
don't think they'll steal a game in the first two, but I think that maybe Tyler Hero will have a heater game. I just read off his stats in the last 10 games, so he's in form right now. So
Yeah.
I will go Cavs in 5.
Yeah, not too much talk. It's the first round, not the big deal here. Celtics and Magic. I got Celtics in 5. I think the Magic can get one game, like Paulo getting going off, and Franz Wagner a little bit. I think they can steal one game, and because sometimes Boston lollygags a little bit, so I'll give them
You
one
think
game.
Boston's gonna fall asleep one game?
Yeah, and Magic have had a lot of injuries and stuff like that, so uh, I think they're a little bit healthier now, so I think they can do some damage. I mean, they've done decently in their playoff history as a young team. Like I think what the Cavs Magic went 4-3 a year or two ago. So
Yeah, that went 7 games in round one.
yeah, so I'll give them. They have some experience in playoffs. I'll give them one game.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna say it's a sweep. I think Celtics sweep, and I think I would be surprised if any of the games are close. I mean, I don't see the offense. I don't think the Magic have enough offensive firepower. All they have is Paolo, and you just look at the bodies that they can throw at Paolo, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. I mean, they just have
Yeah, not
too
a lot
many
of
Derek
shooting around
White.
them either.
They have
Yeah,
no shooting. Orlando has absolutely no shooting. I mean, Franz Wagner too. I mean, these guys, they besides Paolo, they don't really have anyone offensively that's a threat. They have no point guard. Cole Anthony had a good game, obviously in the play-in versus the Hawks, but I mean, that was versus Trae Young. Now he's playing Drew Holiday. So this is a sweep. Not much to say here, honestly. And I think I would be surprised if any of the games are that close. I think this is going to be the worst series probably in the first round.
yeah. I agree. We'll see. I think they can steal one. People are saying that they should just rest Jalen Brown for the whole series because
Honestly,
he's a little hurt.
not because he did say he's getting injections on his knee, so I could see where maybe if they get off to a 3-0 lead, they rest them
Oh
game
yeah,
4, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that might just be yeah, I mean they're so deep like they could do that. They're
yeah.
so good, but I don't know.
Uh,
But then again,
yeah,
you don't want the series to extend past 4, so you
yeah.
could also rest them after you sweep them.
That's
That
true.
might
That's
be
a good
better.
point. That's a really good
So
point.
you don't want to risk, the series going longer than it should be.
Because the other series is,
Series to go 5 games plus
yeah.
150, so that's what you picked.
All right, let me just share here what I got at least real quick. Um, this is the bracket I have so far. We talked about our other picks for the other games in the last in a pot or two before. So Thunder Clippers so far. Uh,
Well,
we
I have the same picks, so
oh yeah we
my second
got
round is the same as yours.
Lakers Rockets, Cavs Pacers, Knicks Celtics, and yeah, that's it.
Also,
Now we
just
can
to
get
touch on the series that we picked on our last show, before the playing games, you picked obviously there. You picked New York over Detroit in 5. I picked New
yeah
York over Detroit in 7.
yeah
Although
that's good.
I would probably pick them in 6 right now, a couple days later, but that's okay. And then, the other Eastern series, we did have some news with Damian Lillard potentially coming back for probably game 2. So I did pick that series. I believe I picked Indiana in 6,
Yeah,
and
I'm keeping it.
you picked Indiana in what,
I
5? I
just
think.
I picked Indiana at 6. I just I don't know if like Damien can play, but I don't trust. I mean, it's still crazy that he's back. So I'm
Yeah,
shocked he's back.
I think I'll pick Indiana in 7 if Damian comes back. I would change that. I would give the Bucks another game.
A lot of people are picking Bucks now.
Yeah, I mean, if Damian comes back, that's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the best shooters of all time, man. I mean, you can't ignore that. I know Kevin Porter Jr. has been playing good recently, but Damian Lillard is just another weapon, and especially with the way Giannis is playing, man. Like I said, he's the best two-way player in the world. So I think that I gotta give them I gotta give the Bucks respect. I think they have enough around them too with Gary Trent, Bobby Portis to take it 7. If you remember that game they played earlier where Tyrese Halliburton too hit that crazy 3
Oh
to
yeah.
win, that was that game. So I
Yeah.
think that these guys have played each other very close, and I think this is going to be a tight series. Hopefully Dame could come back, and yeah, I'll change it to Pacers in 7 if Dame plays the majority of the
Okay.
series.
Um. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the one. I got Thunder. We both got Thunder Clippers in the next round. I got Thunder in 6. Matchups are pretty good for the Clips, but I just like the defense by Thunder. They got the scoring. I don't think Clips can get like the Clips can score with Kawhi being prime Kawhi right now, but I think the defense is going to be too good for the Thunder. Um, they got they got the people that can guard Kawhi. They got Williams. They got Wiggins. They got Chet for the interior. They got Isaiah for the interior, and they have even like Dort. Sorry, I forgot Dort, and he'll probably guard Harden a little bit too. But
Dort, yeah,
it'll
Dort's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league.
yeah. So they got the defensive for those two guys, and I think they should be. I got Thunder in 6. What about you?
Okay, man, I'm not gonna lie, I did think about picking the Clippers in this series, but what really, why I push back on that is just I think that the Clippers are too old with Kawhi. I mean, Kawhi's playing like prime Kawhi, but every year in the playoffs he gets hurt. I think James Harden is like 35 years old. I think when it comes to, I mean, the playoffs are a different beast, and these games are going to be every other day. So I said the Thunder in 7. But like you said, the Clippers do match up well with them, with Zubac playing at an insane level right now, all NBA defensive level too. And then you have Kawhi you could throw at Shea. And then once you also have Norm Powell too. So, I mean, I think Batum should be back for this series. Chris Dunn is also a good defender. So they have the defense, and defense is what wins champions. So that's the reason why I hesitated in this series. I almost think that the Clippers are like due for one, and I think this might be the year, but I think their legs will catch up to them. And I think that OKC, you have to respect the season they had, and for that reason, I'll take OKC in 7. But I think the series is probably going to be closer than people expect.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight series. Clippers look peak right now, like they're just
Yeah, I think
in
Clippers are
form.
18. They ended the season 18-3, so
Yeah,
they're one of the most informed teams in the NBA right now.
yeah. Hard to go against the Thunder right now. For what they've done all season. So that's basically why we had to go Thunder. Lakers, Rockets. I got Lakers in 7. I think the defense of the Rockets is so good, like they can grind it out. But I think if it goes Game 7, Lakers got it. Um, man, I think like LeBron, Reeves, and Doncic is going to be too much for the Rockets to handle. Like they got too many of those guys. Like you can guard 2 of them. You can get like Amen and Dylan on those 2, but I don't think you get a third guy. Fred VanVleet's too small. Sengun can probably cook the Lakers in the front court, but um, I think LeBron can actually probably play a decent defense on him in the post. Like that's not even that bad of a matchup for LeBron. I don't
It's
know.
not.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, I
so I
don't.
don't know, but I think the Rockets can like play good defense and grind out. I think they'll like I'm giving the Rockets a lot of respect right now. That I think they can get it to 7. But I
And
think
you picked the
Lakers
Lakers over the Timberwolves in how many games?
6.
Okay, I picked the
Yeah,
Lakers over the Timberwolves in 7. I think
what do you have?
that's probably another very interesting. I mean, we talked about it on the last preview show. Lakers Timberwolves. That's going to be an interesting game how they attack Ant. But yeah, so check that out. But in terms of Lakers Rockets, I had the same pick actually. Lakers in 7. I was also I mean, as a Lakers fan, this is a series that would scare me. Just because, like you
Yeah.
said, Amen Thompson and these guys have no fear. Ime Udoka has that playoff experience and has that, calling LeBron a bitch back in the while ago. So is this the Rockets are a fun young team, man. They're hungry and their defensive prowess is probably one of the best in the league. But I still think, like you said, which like you could pull LeBron Şengün. That's actually not a bad matchup. LeBron, I think, is around like 6'8". Şengün's like around 6'10". So it's actually, and LeBron weighs way more. So, and then if you go
Mhm.
5 out, then you can attack Şengün defensively. So that's his weakness. So especially with Luka Doncic, he loves to attack bigs. So I think the Lakers just have, man, it's hard. I'm trying to think of the matchups too.
Man, I really want to go Rockets too to be I think
Man,
because
it's
everyone's
hard,
underrating this
man.
too. Rockets will have home court advantage too.
That's true. That's true. Man, yeah, the Rockets will have home court advantage. That's a good point. So the game 7 would be in Houston, but I
Yeah,
don't think the
but
Lakers. I think the
the
Lakers have enough players that where away game 7 isn't going to phase them.
yeah,
I also think that the Rockets. That's a lot of thing that the people are getting wary of them because they don't have that playoff experience. Besides Udoka, Fred Van Vliet, Dylan
Dylan
Brooks,
Brooks, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they
Steven
even got
Adams, of
Steven
course.
Adams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think that's sort of
Isn't
like
Jeff
a
Green on the team?
yeah, but I don't think he plays
Yeah,
Jeff
he's not gonna
Green.
play.
So I think they do have some vets. They do have some players that actually have played. Their coach, of course. So I think, like I was gonna say, that's not something that I would really look too deeply into or like would cause me to pick against them. So yeah, I'll say Lakers in 7 because I just think that LeBron and Luka is gonna be too much for them, and I think their small lineup's gonna be hard for the Rockets to guard.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, you
it's
could
like a
throw
series.
Amen at Luca, probably, right? Yeah, I'm assuming Amen would guard Luca.
Yeah. Like, but I don't know who's gonna guard LeBron.
But
Like Dylan Brooks. I don't
Dylan,
think
then
that's
who
a
would guard Reeves? Van Vliet, Jalen Green.
yeah. Yeah. Probably Van Fleet. Maybe too small. Probably for
Yeah,
Reeves.
Van Vliet might be too small.
Yeah,
So
it's
what are
just
you
gonna be
gonna
too
hide?
much. Like
Too
like
much.
yeah, Doncic, Reeves, and LeBron. That's it's too much offense. Too like they can't guard all three of those guys. So
Yeah,
I don't.
exactly.
It's a tough one, man. I do actually kind of want to go Rockets, but like this one, I think it's too hard to go against Doncic and LeBron and like I think Rockets will sneak by the Warriors and like grind that out like really well and stuff, and then their momentum loses to the Lakers.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's a good series. We got Cavs and the Pacers. I got Cavs in 6. Too big. They got Allen Mobley. I think that's going to be too big for the Pacers. And they just have too much. They got a lot of good. I mean, like Pacers have no defense, so I'm just going to base it on that.
yeah, that's true. The Pacers, yeah, they're a running gun team. They sort of
Mhm.
rely on scoring, running up and down the court. I know they were one of the highest scoring teams last season, so I think they were the highest scoring team last season actually. But
Mhm.
then I also had Cavs in 6, so I did give the Pacers a couple games. But yeah, I think the Pacers will take this one in 6. I mean, yeah, matchup wise, I think Miles Turner can match up well with their bigs, the Twin Towers in Cleveland. But then again, maybe Nemhard and their backcourt versus Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. I think that's where they're gonna just struggle. I mean, Cavs just have too much, too much.
They got a little bit
Experience.
of everything. Yeah, offense, defense. Pacers
They
don't
have
got the
two
D.
way players exactly.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So and then we got Knicks Celtics here. Um. I got Celtics in 6.
I got Celtics
Yeah.
in 5.
Whoa, that's big.
I do
Dang, no
not.
respect for the
No, I do
Villanova
not.
players.
Yeah, this Knicks team would put zero fear in me. Um, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I
I
was just gonna
want
say
to bring
that.
up this. I want to find this Nick stat. I want to try to remember it,
I'll,
but yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
let me know when you find it. But yeah, I basically like. I think there's too many guys that on Boston that can guard the head of the snake for the Knicks, and that is Brunson, right? Brunson's the head of the snake on the Knicks. So I just think like um, Tatum. You got Derek White, you got Jalen Brown. All those guys, I think, can like are going to be too good for what's it called? For Brunson, and then for Cat, you got Porzingis, you got Al Horford. I think those are two guys for Horford, and then you don't really need to worry about the other three. Let them beat you. They're not going to. So I think you're right. Like five, I think I'm going to give the Knicks a little bit more respect by doing six. They do have a lot of talent still. OG and Bridges and Cat. It's a lot of offense, a lot of firepower, but Celtics match up really well. And I think Brunson, like Derek White, is going to do a really good job on him for sure. I think he's going to limit him as much as he can. So, and that's the head of the snake. Once you get the head of the snake, you moving on to the next round. You find the stat or no?
Yeah, Knicks are 0-8 versus the top 3 teams in the NBA. So
Oh,
they're just a team that it beat up on littler teams. I think that they can't hang with the big dogs in the NBA. I think OG Anunoby is a great on-ball defender, their best defender by far. On Josh Hart's another great defender. Mikal Bridges has been so and so this season, but man, this is I mean, they play hard. They do have Cat that could stretch the floor. Like you said, you got to respect Jalen, but man, this is more like praise for the Celtics, man. If Drew Holiday's had the only thing stopping the Boston Celtics is health, man. Because if you have Drew Holiday, you could throw him at Jalen Brunson. You have Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White. Man, this is just like too much for. I mean, where's your offense going to come from if you're New York? Once you take, like you said, take the head of the snake, kill the queen bee, as you say.
yeah.
So you do that. You take out Jalen Brunson. I don't think the Knicks have enough offensive firepower. I don't think Mikal Bridges can be that guy. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns, of course, maybe, but I think you're gonna have to have big cat games looking at this
Yeah.
because I mean, Kristaps is very slim, so if Cat's, I think, is just gonna have to really go to work in the post, and I mean, they also have old
Horford.
Al Horford, yeah, so they could throw at him. So man, I almost, yeah, I think this is a 5-game easy series for Boston. 5 games.
Yeah, let me share the screen here for the updated Pick'em bracket challenge, and I think we still got the same here. So we got
We got the
Celtics.
same exact picks so far. We only have the
Yeah,
differences of games.
this is the opposite of Stephen A. Smith and whoever he talks to.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Cavs Celtics, and then we got Lakers Thunder. Basically the same for both of us. Man, I mean, I'll say it right now. I got well, let's just give it a second here. Just want to share. So we got Thunder and Lakers and Cavs
Cavs,
Celtics.
Boston.
Um, let's see here. Let's look at the chat here. Over under 2 quarters for Brooks to get a T flagrant. Um, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
over.
a good point. I mean, Dylan Brooks versus Draymond. These guys might just start boxing in the middle of the game, man. This is
That's,
why I
that's
think it's gonna be the most entertaining series of the first round. And
yeah,
why, if you're gonna pick one series to lock into, man, this is a series. They have their history in Memphis too, with Dylan
yeah.
Brooks, Ime Udoka, and Steph. Going at Steph Curry about a couple weeks ago when they played. So I mean, this is gonna be a WWE type series, man.
We got someone calling out John Williams. We're picking the high seeds again, like the NCAA. We picked the Rockets, who are they're like plus 200 basically, and then we picked Cavs, which is a pick 'em, but they are the 5 seed over the 4 seed.
Who?
So
I mean
the
Clippers.
Clippers
Yeah, yeah,
Nuggets,
yeah.
yeah.
No, we picked the Clippers, who are, yeah, they're not. I mean, and like you said, the Rockets. Everyone's picking the Warriors to beat the Rockets. So
Also picked the Lakers over the Rockets. That's a 3 versus 2. So better get your facts right, John Williams. Better get your facts right.
wait, was John part of your guru bracket or what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He must have he must be jealous that he won the
Yeah,
the
he's
NCAA
jealous.
bracket, man.
that he's got to give out some prizes as well for that one. Waiting on those, but
Wait on the props, man.
um, anyway, all right. Well, let's just Thunder Lakers, man. Is this where we zag here or what? Is this it?
I think this is where we go our separate ways, man. I think this is where we go our separate ways, man. So, but go ahead, make your case.
I mean, I'm going Thunder. They got Dort, who's great on Doncic all the time. They might even put him on LeBron. They got Jalen Williams on Mr. Doncic. They got Shea could guard Reeves. It's just they have all the perimeter defense for those three guys. And then I just the Thunder defense is too strong for me. The net rating is too strong for me. I think the Lakers need a little bit longer to maybe to adjust there. And like, I mean, they already have good chemistry to be honest, but they don't have a big man that can really take advantage and stuff of this. They need they need a good big man to really be a complete team and a championship, to get a championship, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, man, if they had Mark Williams, maybe I would differ. But the Thunder are too strong right now, man. The Thunder are too strong, and I love this team so much. I'm putting them in the finals. And I'm
My
putting it
preseason
in
pick, your
I'm putting it in
preseason pick was
6.
yeah, yeah. My preseason pick was the Thunder to make it out of the West, but I'm going to zag here, and I'm going to take the Lakers in 6. I think what really swayed me was when these two teams played in April, or like at the end of March, beginning of April, and I mean the Lakers were just all over them. I think Luka had some big games before he got ejected. I mean, they did end up losing the second game by 20 plus, but he got ejected when it was 106 to 107. So I just feel like you said, the bigs, but I think Luka elevates his bigs. He did that last year with Lively and Gafford. I mean, I think he could do that with Jackson Hayes, but I don't think Jackson Hayes is going to be too critical because the Lakers do often go 5 out and they'll play, Rui at center, or they'll just run with DFS. So I think if they do that, I think they can just yeah, like you said, maybe you throw like that's the problem, is who's going to guard Shea. But yeah, I think they have enough bodies to slow down Shea. And then yeah, I think the Lakers
Who you
just
putting
the
on
way that
Shea? Who you putting on Shea? I don't think
that's
the
the
Lakers got the
thing. I mean, you got to
defense.
throw like DFS, or you got to throw like Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, I'm trying to think of who you put on Shea, but you even have to like maybe blitz them if you can. But I think
Yeah,
yeah,
Jalen's got to be good.
Because
Jalen's got to be good.
LeBron, AR, and Luca should not be on unless you like double bracket them and double him and just force the ball out of his hands. So it's gonna have to be like DFS or like Rui, or even like, I don't know, you could throw Vanderbilt on him if you want to get Vanderbilt in there. But then
Not
again,
bad.
I think that's
But
what they
then the
did. And I
space
think that's what they did in the first game. But it's going to kill your offensive spacing.
spacing's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's the
they're gonna let
problem.
Vanderbilt shoot.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And that's what they
interesting
want. Like,
if we
what's
get there.
DFS is like? Is DFS has he been shooting well? Like, I feel like he's like inconsistent too. Like,
Yeah, DFS is not the type of guy you wanna, but he does have let me look up his stats. But no,
we
I
got
mean,
Naman Gupta in the house, the Lakers fan. Vando on Shea, he's saying.
Van Shea, yeah, that's what I think they did the first game. So he is shooting 41% from 3 this year. I think
DFS.
he's a good catch and shoot player.
Yeah.
So I think that they will probably throw him on Shea. So, and then just hopefully disrupt his game and just let everyone else on OKC beat them.
Beat him. Yeah, Jalen Williams has
Yeah.
got to come out for this series for sure.
Yeah, Jalen Williams or like Chet, or I think you need like Aaron Wiggins. Sometimes they'll get a big game from Cason Wallace.
Yeah.
I think that's actually what happened when Luka got ejected. They just ended up making like all the threes. Especially, I think Cason Wallace had a big game. So I'll take the Lakers in 6. Looks like you have OKC in 6.
I got OKC in 6. Yeah.
Okay, so
All
that's
right. Well,
our
I guess we
those are
found this out.
Western Finals picks. If we even get there, if we even get there.
All right. Well, that's gonna be a fun series. Then we got Cavs and Celtics, and Celtics. I mean, I'm going. My preseason pick in October was Thunder Celtics. I'm sticking with it. Celtics in 6. Man, just the West series are so much better than the East to me. But Cavs actually
Yeah.
Celtics should be a good series. I just think Celtics kind of lollygag this season. and I think like they're gonna come out in the playoffs and just be that championship material type team to get to the finals. And Celtics, I mean, matchup wise, I don't think like Brown and Tatum, like yeah, Mitchell maybe on Brown, and there are three. I'm blanking on the name from the Cavs. Hunter,
Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, Hunter on Tatum. I don't. I think Tatum's gonna is a little bigger than him, and so I think Tatum can take advantage of that matchup. I just don't think they'll have someone to guard Tatum very well, and they're
Yeah,
just so
Max
deep.
Strus, they play a lot of Max Strus too.
Yeah, and Celtics like have so much good defense, interior defense. They'll match up well with the Cavs' big lineups. Um, yeah, so we'll see. I just got the Celtics as the superior team, and teaser. I will have them winning a second one.
Back to back. Damn.
Yeah,
Spoiler, man. You gotta build it up. But
yeah,
yeah, like you said, I mean, they don't really have anyone to throw on Tatum. Dean Wade's actually a good defender too, but I mean, and he's actually a good shooter, but I don't think that you can rely on Dean Wade. I think that's why you acquired DeAndre Hunter at the trade deadline for this series.
yeah. They did it for
Um,
the series.
I'm gonna agree here. I picked Boston in 6. Um, so they are 2-2 this season. They have played some really tight games, if you remember.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think Boston had like Brown or like a lot of players like Porzingis. I think.
yeah,
And,
exactly. But that's the thing with Boston is they're missing a lot of players. But they did play them all the games they played. I think were close. Yeah. So the largest win was 7 points
mhm.
difference. They played twice in February. They split it in February. I'm trying to see who. Let me see who didn't play
A
for
big one
Boston.
that the Cavs won on like ABC or something. Everyone made a big deal, but they didn't have like White and Porzingis or something. So
They did play with everyone in one game. Boston won
mm.
that one 112-105 on, and everyone was healthy this game, so they weren't missing anyone.
What day was that?
That was on February 4th.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that was the Cavs lost to the Celtics 105-112 that game. And then they played again on the February 28th. Let's see who did not play for. Yeah, they were missing Drew Holiday and Kristaps this game that the Cavs won. There was one game where I think this might have been the game where they came back down huge. Like,
Uh,
yeah, so, but one of these games. But yeah, and I mean, don't look too much into season series,
no.
like we said. But like you said, I just think if the Celtics are healthy, I really don't see anyone competing with them. I mean, you could throw Drew on Donovan Mitchell, or you could
I
throw
forgot about
Derek
Drew
White
too.
on Garland. I
Yeah,
mean, and then
they're just so
yeah,
deep.
they're just so deep, man. I mean, even coming off the bench, like Al Horford has. I mean, he's old, but he's still. I
A
mean,
good big
when he
body on
plays,
like Jared Allen
he
or
he
something would
locked
be
up
good.
like I think it was the other day, like a couple months. Was it the Lakers where he just absolutely like locked up? I forgot who it
Mhm,
was, but
mhm.
just like all-star player. So yeah, man, they just have too much. They have the potential 6 man coming off the bench, Payne Pritchard. So I think that the Celtics take this one in 6.
Okay,
So
okay.
you have a Celtics OKC final, and I have a Celtics Lakers final.
Yeah, that's basically here Celtics and Cavs over 6, Thunder in 6, but you got the Lakers instead.
Exactly. I got the Lakers, and I'll share my bracket too
Yeah.
once it's all done. Once we make our picks.
All right, I got Thunder, Celtics. This is the NBA Finals, an NBA Finals that has never been seen before. Pretty interesting. Thunder coming out, very young team. Celtics. I think this is where I'll put the experience over the Thunder. The Thunder will have their chances. They'll be winning a lot of championships, I think. But well, I don't know about a lot, but I think they'll win like 2 or 3. 2 or 3 with
Two
this.
or three is a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. Uh,
Wow. 2 or 3
and
is a
then
lot, man. Over under 2, over under 1.5. You're going over
like
then, huh?
I'm going to like yeah, I'm going over 1.5 in the next like 7 years.
7 years, over one and a
Yeah,
half championships for the Thunder. Damn, lock
yeah.
that in.
Lock that in.
That
Is
is a
that
bold take, man. Yeah, it's not easy
uh
to win in this league. Things can go south quick. I mean,
I know.
that's bold, man. I
Yeah, we'll
mean, did
see. And
the
like the
the
thing that
Miami
I don't know
Heat trio even get how many did they win? The not 1, not 2.
2. They got
They won
2.
2. Oh, they won 2,
Yeah.
right? Back to back. That's it, man. I mean, they won 2. So you're picking OKC over here to win 2.
Yeah, I think, they're just so young. I don't know how the salary cap
3,
stuff
it's
will work.
crazy. 3 in 7
Yeah,
years would
3.
be crazy.
Yeah, 3 is probably too much. I think I'll give them 2. But yeah, all right. So Thunder Celtics matchup wise, I mean, again, the Thunder have the great D. They have the interior defense. They got the offense. I think this is where their secondary scorer Jalen Williams needs to be a little bit better. I think like they can carry him to the playoffs or finals, but I think this is where they need a little bit of a stronger offensive secondary guy. Um, and that's where I think Celtics are just so deep. Their defense is really good. They got everyone. They can put Drew on Shea. They can put Tatum on Jalen. They can put Dort on Brown. I mean, Brown on like they don't even like need to worry about the third guy. Like those are 2 right there. Just Drew on Shea and Tatum or Brown on Jalen. And interior should be fine. Porzingis and Chet, similar build, similar archetype. So yeah, I don't know. I like, and I think the experience will carry them here. So I got Celtics in. I'm gonna go 7. Celtics in 7.
7?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That was my preseason pick, OKC versus Boston. Obviously, I think that obviously I'm going with Lakers and Boston, but if it is OKC versus Boston, I would also pick Boston. Just a caveat, I would probably pick Boston in 6. Just like you said, I feel like you could really, if you disrupt Shea, take him out of the game. We've been mentioning multiple times with these OKC series, just force the other guys to beat you. I think Chet Holmgren is gonna would have to have like a big coming out party this postseason, or Jalen Williams. One of those two is really gonna have to have a big coming out party if OKC is gonna win it all. So can they? Of course they can. Will they? That's another question. Um, and then like you said, I think that Boston's just too much, man. Just having that 5 out, having the ability to switch everything on defense, having even on offense, having Jason Tatum, who's taken another level, taking another step this season. I don't know if it was the benching in the USA for the USA teams in the Olympics that fired him up, maybe not winning finals MVP. But the only thing
Mhm.
stopping this Boston team is the health. Like we said, Jalen Brown's knee doesn't sound too good right now. He is getting injections in his knee. So that's literally the only thing, in my opinion, stopping the Celtics from repeating, which is why I'm also picking them over the Lakers in 6. I think the
Okay.
Lakers, if they do reach the finals, I think they're just also going to be drained at this point in this. I mean, because the playoffs are basically 2 months long. I mean, it's a whole nother season in itself. And I just don't think that the Lakers will have the firepower to hang with the Celtics in a 7-game series. So I think I'm almost even tempted to pick Boston in 5 over the Lakers, because I think that there could be a little quit with the Lakers sometimes if they see the writing on the wall, you
Mhm.
know, and that happened with Luka last year, where, I mean, the Boston Celtics absolutely shut down Luka, frustrated him. People were questioning his conditioning. I mean, the Boston Celtics could be the reason that Nico Harrison ended up trading Luka that one final series. So
Yeah.
we do have that Luka versus Boston in the finals history, and I do think it will happen again this year. But man, I agree with you. I think the Celtics go back to back, and I think the only thing stopping them is health. But a fully healthy Celtics team, no one is beating.
Yeah, no, for sure. The injections is a good point for the knee for Jalen. I think he'll be fine. They're saying he looked good in practice, even after injections. I think he'll get some rest between some series, and I
Yeah,
don't
that's a good
know.
point. The East is probably weak enough where he can get a lot of rest,
Yeah.
if they end the series earlier.
So yeah, and I think they would be, yeah. So even that first round, they might have a few game days at least, or a week maybe before the second round. We'll see, but yeah, I think, I mean, they could even, maybe you're right. Like maybe they're up 2-0, 3-0, they rest him for a game, or they don't play him. Like maybe they play him every other game. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Probably
almost feel
not,
like they
but
did that with didn't Kristaps did he no, he played game 1. He played every game
yeah,
in the finals, right? Yeah,
yeah,
he was also questionable coming into that series.
yeah. It'll be some, but Man, they're even so deep. Like I can even see like Celtics beating the Thunder without Jalen Brown. I don't know. I think that could happen. It could happen.
That is a bold take too, right there. That's a hot take. Celtics being the Thunder without Jalen Brown. That's a good point, though. I mean, they're so
Yeah.
deep, and God, they're just such a well built team. Like this is how you build a team. I mean, Sacramento, take some notes, man.
Jeez.
This is how you build a team. And we were talking
Uh,
about it before. I mean, Jason Tatum was a Sacramento pick.
oh yeah. This is at least my Nafka will share his right after, but I got the Celtics over Thunder in 7, putting them as the back-to-back champions, and I think the Thunder will learn from the experience and get it the year after. But
There we go.
uh,
There's the bracket.
there it is.
Everyone screenshot it. So, we
Fish
got
for props
receipts here,
later.
man. We got fish props, or we can
Get cooked
trash your
or we
take,
get cooked.
man.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
want
so I'll share
shares?
mine. Yeah. So this is mine right here. Pretty much the same as yours until we get to the conference finals. There was a couple ones that me and you obviously. I think the Lakers are in for a absolute bloodbath if they do get to the finals. I
Yeah.
almost picked the other team in every single series. I mean, I almost picked the Rockets over them. I mean, I have the Lakers being the Timberwolves in 7 games, so I think that the Lakers are going to be in for an absolute bloodbath. So I mean, yeah, we do have some upset picks. I mean, Clippers over Nuggets. I think Rockets over Warriors, according to the Vegas odds.
Mhm.
The West is really what you want to tune into. And yeah, I mean, the East is, I mean, it's pretty weak compared to the West.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've all had Cavs Celtics written in for a couple months now. I mean, we'd be shocked. We'd be shocked if it's anything else. The only in terms of the East, I didn't really have a hard time with the East, to be honest. And the only other hard series that I had with in the West was Clippers Thunder. I almost picked the Clippers over the Thunder, but I just don't think that the old bodies of Kawhi and Harden, I'm not going to bet on them to hold up. So yeah, there's my bracket. So screenshot it, and
Cook us.
cook
Cook
us
us, give us
when it's
props.
time.
Yeah, there you go. There you have it. That's the NBA playoff picks. Got them on the screen. Got them in the bracket. Appreciate everyone that's been joining and locked in for this pod. If you guys want to like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're all over here. We're gonna put in more shows during the playoffs, and
Yeah, we'll
appreciate
be
everyone
around.
joining. Yeah.
Be around the
Uh,
off season for draft stuff. Of course, Kings content too. Stay
mhm.
tuned for that. So yeah, if you guys have, any suggestions, also any comments, just let us know.
Yeah. What will we get? We have NBA Guru Show at gmail.com if you want to throw us an email about anything.
Yeah. Throw us an
Uh,
email.
throw us an email. But yeah, we
Give us
got
your predictions
Instagram.
in the chat. What you guys think about the bracket? Leave some comments on the YouTube.
Yeah, leave some comments. Like the video, appreciate it. But yeah, we'll be back early next week. Talk about the first round games, and we'll see you guys then, man. Take care, guys.
Have a good weekend.